Carol, I don't think we hear you. Gleb, do you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, let's wait for Carol. I think he might have some troubles with the microphone. Yeah, just give us a minute or so, because I think due to the size of the conference, we cannot hear Carol, who's going to be hosting today's AMA.
Once again, can you guys hear me? It should work now. It must work. I'm sorry. Nice. Okay. Cool. Oh, there's just some double sound from Vladimir. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining us today. Apologies for the very early problems, but this is this always happens, no matter which platform we choose to host our live streams, be it YouTube, be it Telegram, be it X, formerly Twitter. There is always something happening with our streams because the interest is so big. I had to switch to my backup headphones right now, so apologies for me holding the microphone this way. Let's get things started. Today we have gathered you to talk a little bit more about season 2 and address some of your questions, of your doubts, also some of your feedback that we've been collecting throughout the last couple of days with our co-founders, with Gleb Kostarek, our CMO, and Vladimir Smerkis, our CMO. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us today.
Thanks for hosting this just before the New Year's. Really, always happy.
Short notice. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. How are you doing, by the way? Where are you right now? Is it post-conference period? Are you in home having some...
Yeah, Carol, I think you did cut off at the end, but the question was how we are doing. Myself, I today had around 8 calls on Bloom, so seems to me like a regular Bloom working day. Of course, looking forward towards the New Year celebrations. But yeah, today is the regular working day for me. I don't know about Gleb. Maybe you want to share how is it going for you?
Yeah, more or less the same. Like, I don't know, like 12 or 15 calls. So it's not really different from any other like regular day. So yeah, but have to build hardcore. So yeah, that's why like no holidays.
Cannot hear you again, Carol.
Yeah, despite the fact that some of our colleagues are officially having some holidays, some part of the team is still building. We are working tirelessly 24/7. So we are here to talk to you guys. Okay, so you guys are not disconnected from the latest news. Like, have you seen any UFO spottings in your nearby areas? Have you seen the news? Like, what the hell is happening?
Well, I think there are a lot of surprises around everything, and especially in crypto. And I was always saying that crypto is never a boring thing, right? So didn't see any UFOs myself, but heard a lot of rumors and things which I think we would love to clarify today and answer some of the users' questions, despite they might seem to be the tough ones. But I think we've always been showing that we are very open and always communicating with the audience, and this is one of the examples that we do in it, actually. Don't hear you again.
Without further introduction and without further delays, I think we can proceed. My keyboard is also acting. This is always happening when we are live streaming. Anyways, I think we can jump to the core of our call. But before we do, I would like to give a very quick roundout, like a wrap up for everyone, for all of you guys here, about the latest weeks, the latest months of Bloom, because we have achieved a lot of things and you may probably miss a lot because we are doing a lot. Starting just with Bloom Labs, just allow me for 1-2 minutes. With Bloom Labs, we are now accelerating 20 plus projects, including big names like Dogs and Pops, which we have been supporting silently from the back without telling anyone. And among the latest projects that we are accelerating, we got GameNest, we got Dudes, we got Nuts Farm, Smartest, Be Unstoppable, Captain Tsubasa Rivals, that's a big one, Galactica, and also Skate Chain. When it comes to meme pads, we are now the second biggest meme pad platform in the world when it comes to daily user transactions. We have secured some handshakes with centralized exchanges to allow our best performing tokens to get listed through a fast track, so-called fast track, with Gate, with Mexi, with CoinsPH. Also, MemePad got us $500,000 grant from Memelandia to help drive the best tokens, the best meme coins out there. And when it comes to like overall statistics, we got 300 tokens, 300 plus actually, considering today's data, tokens listed on DEX with more than 170 million US dollars of trading volume. So this wouldn't be possible without you guys, without your interactions, without your activity on the platform. And also some of the meme coins are also listed on CEX. So just to name the three of them, the top ones, we got IFA from Pokras Lampas. We got also Villarso, which is also listed on a centralized exchange from Villarso Trading, and Popcorn from Popcorn Media. When it comes to other stuff, we've been also working tirelessly to jump the bandwagon of the so-called stickers mania. So a while ago, Telegram's founder, Durov, announced that there is going to be a stickers NFT trading available on Telegram. And just a week ago, we have also released our very own unique collection of stickers in Sticker Store, which soon will be available for you to trade as NFTs. On top of that, just a wrap up for Bloom Academy, we are doing absolutely amazing work, and we are trying our best to offer you the latest news, the latest content, the latest information and instructions that will help you to trade meme coins, to get aligned with everything that is happening with the crypto markets. So we are running two simultaneous channels on YouTube. One is called Bloom Bits. The second one is our main Bloom, and we have an academy over there. And we've got more than 100 videos posted right now, which we hope are helping you to get familiar with crypto. Speaking to those of you guys who are new to this space. Finally, just recently, we have enabled the claim for docs, which you guys been able to tap and earn through our drop game. So if you have participated in the Dogs Rain and Dogs Superstorm campaigns, which aired a couple of weeks ago, you are now able to claim those tokens straight from your Bloom wallet. So go check out if you've been playing drop game lately. And finally, we also secured the third position in the Open League, which is quite an achievement when it comes to the volume squad, speaking specifically, because we are not a DEX. We are not an aggregator. So I can only imagine what is going to happen when the final trading products are going to launch. When are we going to be within the ranks? High hopes, high hopes. So that's a big wrap up of everything that has been happening. Bloom is not only about tasks, about quests. We are doing a lot of stuff around the brand, which you can experience, which you can use. So highly encourage you guys to stay on top of everything by following us on social media. So that will be that for the wrap up. Now jumping to the core of our meeting today. So as mentioned, we've been collecting your feedback. We have seen numerous questions. We have received numerous direct messages on Twitter, on Telegram, our founders and team included. So we have gathered a couple of those questions that we would like to address, and I will be addressing them specifically to either to Gleb or Vladimir. And then we'll also address around 15 questions we have gathered from community, from you guys, about stuff that you are not feeling super comfortable with, or you have some concerns about something. So we would also like to take this call to answer those questions, to give you our point of view, and maybe also help you to understand better what are our plans and what we have in mind. So jumping to the corest question, Gleb, when will Bloom token generation event occur, and does the TGE mean airdrop?
Yeah, so we finally published an updated roadmap. So, and we mentioned like TGE there. So when the token is launched, so the early adopters, of course, they are rewarded with airdrop. So we have that within our plan. So in terms of like timelines, so that roadmap, I think we need to clarify that the timelines for this roadmap includes the first half of the year. It's not the whole year, right? And we also mentioned that we are planning to have token generation event after we launch exchange. So it's one of the key things that we are working right now, and we focus right now. So because we think that it makes sense to launch, our token on our exchange, right? Probably not on our exchange, but I mean like our exchange should be one of those exchanges, right? So yeah, that's why we are really like focusing a lot. Almost the whole team's attention is focused on on the exchange, these days. So but of course, like I would like to highlight that also market conditions. We hope that market conditions, would be good, right, and favor, the TG. Yeah, like we all hope for that. But it's also important, thing. It's also important, So we shouldn't, forget about that, because, and I think that actually, right, timing is also important because, of course, it can affect, the valuation. So I hope that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Anthony.
Oh, sorry. Thank you very much. I really also hope that you have answered this question with this one. Cool. Now jumping to Vladimir, to you. So what's the deal with seasons 2 double point system? We got bloom points on one hand and meme points on the other hand. Is one more valuable than the other? Which one should I, as a farmer, for example?
Yeah, thanks. It's a great question, and I think it really needs clarification. So since day one, we were focusing on building trading app within crypto, which is easy to use, really works smooth, etc., right? And we are on the way to this. And there have been, a number of says where we targeted access to any coins on the market, which are not listed on Saxes, for example, right? We went even beyond this and allowed people to launch their own tokens, which could not only be memes, but can be community tokens and artist tokens, and what we're seeing with Pokras, for example, right now, which actually shows how AI can fight with the real artists, right? So there's a lot of things happening with this token, and this is not the financial recommendation. So in order to, because it's a trading app, in order to make users and ask users to try out the trading functionalities, because our aim is to convert as many users from the huge 90 million user database, base of users into the trading users, we introduced the new tokens, which are called the meme points. So those meme points means not only points which you can get through trading on the meme pad, right? Because of course, meme pad is the risky instrument which should not be traded by everyone. We also at the same time introduced the trading bot. Trading bot allows you to trade different tokens on Ton blockchain right now. So you can trade Ton, you can trade Notcoin, you can trade all other tokens which are available on Ton. But we're aiming to have other chains connected as soon as possible to the trading bot, right? So meme points are given not only for trading memes. And again, we always warned users that memes are very, very risky thing. Well, the crypto is a very risky thing, but memes are even more riskier. But there's a, weightage which every user should keep in mind, right? Risk versus rewards, right? If someone wants to make 100x, it cannot be done without the risk. And I'm not saying a lot of tokens going to be doing 100x, right? So this is the very risky thing. And I think users who have this knowledge and who is ready to risk, who understands how the meme market works, should be only trying these instruments out. The others might try the trading bot, right? And trading bot, what users are seeing now is very simple bot. I would say, not the old school, but the bot which users are used to in the analog form in the chat, right? But very soon it transforms into the bot, which will be easy to use inside the mini app itself, okay? And in terms of the answering your question, what is more valuable, those tokens and points, the meme points, or the other BPs, for example, I think we should keep in mind that we will take into consideration different factors, not only the points you mentioned, right? There was proof of activity, right, which a lot of users millions of users were completing, and it's going to be taken into account, right? So it's not going anywhere. The number of tasks which users completed inside the app, the number of games which they played, the number of friends which they brought. So all those factors, Bloom points, meme points, and actual activity inside the app will be taken into consideration. There is no weightage yet, right? And I will explain why. Because we will need together to have the fair airdrop or the fair TGE, we'll need to have the stats over all seasons, right? Over all those 2 seasons which we're running right now. So we'll need to see how much users traded, what their volumes were, how many users from the first season were gaining BPs, how many users actually played games, etc., which was all important parts of the Bloom to be on the market. And I think we did do a great job on attracting a lot of users because it did not require them to do anything. So the users who did not, for example, do proof of activity but played many games, collected many points, can of course be eligible for the benefits which end of Q1 might bring, right? So this is the I hope that this is the open answer to this. So there's not only, because we were seeing a lot of questions, to be honest, that users think that, Bloom points are not valuable at all. That is not true, right? So we will take this into consideration, and the weightage, of course, is going to be very important because those users were the early adopters. Those users were the first ones who supported Bloom when Bloom launched. And Bloom launched on 19th of April and went public when we put out all the restrictions from the invitations on July 15th, right? So those users simply could not be taken out of the game. All those users, and that's what we maybe did not write in our roadmap and the messages about season 2 very explicitly, and maybe the communication 100% could be and should be better. But this is those adopters and those users from the first season going to be very valuable for us. And of course, they can wait some good stuff to happen, and conversion from those Bloom points as well going to be happening. I don't know, Gleb, on this question if you want to add anything, but I think that's the main points.
Yeah, I think you mainly covered, all the key points.
All in all, just to sum it up, there is no wage applied to neither of the points system yet, and both point systems are important. So no matter if you are a farmer, no matter if you are a trader, you will get rewarded accordingly.
I have some wishes, some lags, to be honest.
Okay.
Can you please repeat the question?
Maybe we can jump to just the next question then. It is actually for you, Gleb. So good that you have also raised your voice in this regard. And also just to jump on what Vladimir's also mentioned, we have publicly launched back in June this year. So it's been quite a while since Bloom's been on the market. And it's been quite a while also since we announced our first 3 backers. Binance Labs, BNB Chain, and CoinMarketCap Labs. So the question is about, what is the latest on our cap table? Is the seed and private investment rounds finished? I mean, those 3 players, of course, it's not just them. They are not small players, but I assume everyone foresees that there is probably something else going on also on the backside of the thing. So is there anything that you could say in this regard?
Yeah, sure. So, our seed round is almost over. So we raised additional, funding. I think, I don't think that we'll be able to release this news in December, right? The year is almost over, but I think we'll do that, in January after the holidays. So we'll get a bit more information about, what other investors, invested into us.
More news to come. Good to hear.
What we can maybe sneak peek kind of. There are like more than 4 of them, right? Just the number, but yeah, it's better to wait for the official announcement.
Okay, thank you very much, Lutz. Jumping to the next important matter that's been also quite lately and more frequently raised by users about our app availability and Telegram availability. All in all, like what happens with Bloom and user points, user accounts if Telegram gets blocked? It happened in some countries in the future. How will users be able to access Bloom? Do you have any thoughts on this one, Vladimir?
Yeah, I think it's a good question, and again, our strategy in this regards did not change from the day one. So when the exchange is released, first of all, the team needs a focus, right? So we are focusing now very much on releasing the exchange functionalities inside Bloom, right? What have been promised, that what we actually are doing right now. And then we also promised that the Bloom app is going to be available on different platforms. And we will start with the web, right? Because the web is the most independent platform for everyone. So users will be able to get into the Bloom. I'm not saying that it's going to be happening before Q1, but this is on our roadmap as well. As Gleb said, that the roadmap which has been presented is just for the upcoming months, right? That's not for the whole year. So it's important that, of course, after this roadmap gets fulfilled and all the functions are ready to use, there are going to be more functionalities and more news to come, right? But we will do it after the exchange functionality delivered and after TGE is completed, right? So the first platform is going to be web, right? Then we can think of all other platforms because, I mean, there are a lot of opportunities on the market, like App Store, Google Play Market. There's other messengers, for example. But we've been together with Telegram and Ton for quite a lot of time. And of course, it's going to be Telegram first and Ton first, right, where we launch. And this is important for us to do it this way.
I think it's very important, guys, to mention, just to highlight it for everyone, that the roadmap, what guys just said, is not for the whole year. It's just for the first part of the year, which I think is it's a very important thing to mention. Cool. Thank you very much. Gleb, talking about your position as a CEO, when was the last time you played the drop game? And like overall, does Bloom team use the Bloom products at all?
Yeah, of course. I just played recently. I think maybe a couple of days ago, right? Of course, we're using our own product, because like if you don't use it, you don't know about some difficulties, right? And users, they constantly are giving their feedback, right? So that's why we go in all the time to the mini app to check like what we can improve, right? And what we can do better. And if there are some kind of like issues, we also should understand what exactly we need to fix.
I think among the team, you guys are among the top contributors when it comes to reporting bugs, reporting user feedback. So you are processing probably tons of messages. I can only imagine what does your inbox look like. Okay, jumping to another one. It's been also very recurring feedback shared by the users, by the community, about trading meme coins. What about users who, in current season, what about users who don't want to trade meme coins or do some on-chain stuff with the wallet, like check-ins, as Vladimir has been mentioning earlier at all? Are they forced to do this stuff to be eligible for the drop?
Is it a question to me or to Gleb?
I am putting this, as an open question. Whoever is happy to answer, feel free, guys.
Okay, so the very important thing that no one is forced to do anything, right? We don't want users to have the risky trades if they think they are risky and they don't know how to trade, right? So those all optional. And of course, that's also logical that users who will be more active will receive additional points, both Bloom points and meme points. So users can, if they don't want to trade, if they don't want to do the on-chain stuff, they might do harder stuff in terms of the inviting users, for example, or in terms of the playing games, right, or completing tasks and quests, right? And of course, it's going to be valued as well. So this is users are not forced to do this to be eligible for the airdrop. So it's users should be responsible for those decisions. And of course, those who want to do so, they will be just rewarded with additional points. This is also, I think, very clear way of saying thank you to users who actually use our product, because we're building the trading product, right? And we want to convert as many users as possible from the big user base into the trading users. And I think on that front, we are doing quite well, which you mentioned in terms of the number of tokens created. And I think when Season 2 was introduced, actually, our metrics for some days went x5 in terms of the number of tokens launched. In terms of the users the trading users, we doubled. So I think on the business perspective, that works well, right? But again, we always, if you check out our Bloom meme coin channel, we always are saying that do your own research. There might be rug pulls, because this is the platform where everyone on the blockchain can launch anything, right? So this is up to users to decide whether they want to launch the token, whether they want to trade or not.
And also, even though those biggest names, biggest meme coins, even biggest exchanges can go nuts because there is some shady stuff happening in the background. And no matter what feature we will develop, or no matter how much we will be cautious to give you guys some information, the project could still end up. I could name a few examples, very notable examples. But I think if you are going to, if you will go to the news section, you will quickly find out meme coins or tokens or real exchanges that, well, turned out to be scams in the end. So there is no good defense except for doing your own research. Okay, so that will be all for this part of our call. We've been handpicking some questions and trying to build like an overview of feedback of what are you community, our Bloom community, feeling about the Season 2 and overall all of the changes. But also, as I mentioned at the very beginning of our call, we have prepared a special form where you could submit your questions. And our team also spent a couple of last minutes before the live stream started to handpick those questions. And as promised, we will be rewarding those questions that got picked with some additional rewards. In this case, each question answered, each question picked and answered will give the person that's been asking this question 50 USD in TON. So we will be distributing these rewards after the live stream within a couple of days. So guys, please stay tuned. Jumping to the questions and starting with you, Vladimir, from Jack. Great, now Bloom has updated roadmap, but it's missing timelines. How long is it planned for, and why it took so long to update it?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it does not miss the timelines, right? It's written in the roadmap, and Gleb and I mentioned it many times during this call that it's going to be for the first part of the year. And you can find it in the app that finishes, this season is going to be finished with the TGE, right? So it's there, right? In terms of the why, like every specific point on the roadmap does not have the specific date, because building a product, I think it's even more hard. It's even harder than building a house, right? So, for example, if we would specify the exact date, for example, the live stream on MemePad is going to be on 15th of January or the 1st of February, right? Some testing might show that, users are not, there's some like problems, or due to the high load, it might not work properly. And we will need to spend a couple of days fixing it, right? But overall, on this first part of the year, we're focusing to complete all the functionalities of the exchange functionalities, including the futures trading, right? A lot of things with trading bot, implementing them into the Bloom mini app. A lot of new stuff inside the memepad, sorry. So that's why we did not specify every specific point. But overall, this quarter is going to be the next one. I mean, the next beginning of the year is going to be very important for us to deliver everything which was promised on the trading functionality and concluded with the TGE. As well as Gleb said, very important to have the market conditions, right? Because overall, I mean, do we all want just the fact of the ICO or TGE, right? Or do we all want it to be successful? That's very important, because we've seen a couple of tone-based projects which were released in December and late November, right? Which were endorsed by a lot of KOLs, I would say, or even bigger names, right? And we are seeing that unfortunately the market cap of those projects did not go that high, right? And it dropped, right? And so we really want the project to succeed, and we really want to make the project to last long, right? Not to be just given the airdrop, some users collecting some money, and that's it at the end of the project. We're building the training app, right? And that's why our strategy, which is led by Gleb, is to build the product first, then have the token, which will be part of the product, and let users use the product, because we believe that we are building the very easy to use product for the users and for ourselves as well, right? So there's a timeline when this, please do check out the roadmap, which is published on the website, bloom.io. There's also links in this specific, our main channel. You can find it a couple of posts earlier. So there are dates. I mean, there's a date, timeline when it's going to be completed. Yeah, I think it answers the question.
How about the order? Is it by alphabetical order how things are going to be rolled out? Or?
More or less, this is the strategically yes, yeah. But some of the things might come earlier. They might change in places, except the very important ones, which is the TGE, right, for the users, of course. But because TGE should be going in the end of when the product is delivered, right? But some of the points might be a little bit moved, but we try to put them in order when consulting with the product and development team.
Roadmaps are indicative by the definition, so things may change. It's natural. Exactly. Cool. Thank you very much. Gleb, jumping to you about meme points from SLDV.ton. Will meme points be counted for other trades like normal tone tokens? So not only for tokens launched on memepads, also for tokens or coins from preferably other blockchains?
Yeah, overall, so meme points, they're created to reward trading activities, right? So those trading activities are not just limited to memepad, right? So we started to roll out, the trading bot. So right now it's just a chat bot, but it will be, within TMA, I hope pretty soon, then exchange, right? So it doesn't mean that you will get it only for trading on memepad. Yeah, so that's why probably the name like meme point are a bit confusing, but overall, those are trading points. So you'll get it for trading like any kind of assets, within our ecosystem. That's.
I think it's also worth to mention. You mentioned something that may not be decoded by all of our audience. You mentioned TMA. So trading bot will have a Telegram mini app. It won't be just a chatbot.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's just a chatbot, but we'll bring that functionality of chatbots to the mini app. I think there are always advantages and disadvantages of that approach because, for example, DGens, they prefer chatbots because of, the speed of execution, right? But at the same time, for not degens for ordinary users. For them, of course, chatbot can be more complicated in terms of usage, right? So that's why for them, it will be easier to get that functionality within our mini app.
So also just to clarify, will the trading bot act as a separate app to Bloom app, or will it be included in the Bloom app? Will users have to switch from one to another? Has been also been heavily questioned.
So chatbot will continue to exist as it is, right? But there will be, but that functionality also will be available within Minibot.
Nice. Thank you very much.
I mean, sorry,
Jump.
Not Minibot, but Mini app, I mean.
Mini app, yes, Mini app. Terminology is a very important factor here. Cool. Jumping to the next one for you, Vladimir, then our third handpicked question from Aryan this time. Why in season 2 do I need to trade meme coins? And will you lower trading fees on meme pads? I think it's 0.3 ton right now.
Yeah, great question again. Thanks, Aryan, for it. So there's no need, if you don't feel that you need to, if you don't really personally want to trade meme points, that you don't need to do this. We've been following Murat, for example, on X, the biggest meme coins KOL and influencer, right? And he believes that now we're seeing the huge narrative super cycle of meme coins, right? Which means there's going to be a lot of meme coins on the market. Some of them are going to go to the moon. Some of them are going to die. Majority are going to die, of course. So if users want to take this risk, and again, risk reward should be considered by every single user. If user wants to trade it, then we have the infrastructure, not only for trading, but also for creating the meme coins, right? So it's absolutely up to the user to trade or not to trade meme coins on Bloom Memepad or elsewhere. And what we're seeing, if you just take a look at the major exchanges, for example, Binance, that the narrative is there, right? A lot of recently listed tokens are the meme coins, which means that the whole market is seeing the opportunity in it, right? That's of course questionable. Like there's no huge tech stuff behind the meme coins. Now we're seeing even that the narrative is slightly changing towards even more crazy stuff as AI agents, right? And a lot of funds are opening up a special AI agents funds, and AI is going to be brought into the Bloom as well, right? And I think we have it in the roadmap. So things might change, right? So the answer to the first part of the question is that users need to be very, very careful, and they are not forced by us or by someone else to trade meme coins on Bloom Memepad. And if they want to earn meme points, they will be able to trade via trading bot, right? But if they do, they of course going to be awarded with the additional meme points. I think 50 meme points for every 10 USD volume spent on a memepad, right? Regarding the fees, so this is very simple. So we're looking at the market, and we're seeing the fees from other players on the market, and I think it goes along with the market fees. If the market is going to change, become more competitive, and the fees are going to go lower, of course we're going to be lowering them as well. But we should all understand, to have more than 50 people inside Bloom team, to have all this service infrastructure and so on, it requires some fundings for this. But I think it goes along with the market pricing and market fees, which we are seeing on other meme launch platforms on Ton and not only on Ton.
Looking forward for a fierce competition. The more the competitors, the better the market overall. It will also help us to advance and improvise and make our products better. So looking forward for that. Thank you. To the next one, Gleb, for you, about Bloom points, meme points, Bloom token, the difference between the three. From AMA Guru, his question got picked handpicked by the team, so apparently he is the AMA guru. So which one is which? What is the difference between those three, and which one will be listed eventually in the end?
So like Bloom points, they're working as some kind of like loyalty points, right? So points, they're not listed anywhere, right? So you can just get it within our mini app for making some kind of for making some actions within it, right? So you can farm, you can invite friends, you can play the game, you can do some tasks, and you'll be rewarded with these points, right? And the different case with meme points, right? So meme points you can get for your trading activities, right? A lot of people, they were asking like, oh, why you implemented those like new points, right? Because we already have like Bloom points. But the key here is that if we implement Bloom points for a lot of like the different trading activities, there be definitely issues with the balance, right? With the whole balance of like Bloom Bloom points, right? So and of course, again, like community will be disappointed that, oh, like why you give for farming, I don't know, like 10 Bloom points, right? Why you giving for trades like, I don't know, like 100 points or like 200 points, right? So that's why it's easier to split them, because both of those points working for their specific purpose, right? So Bloom points, they continue to be the key, one of the key elements of of our ecosystem. So meme points, they just some kind of like bonus points, right? To Bloom points. So that's the whole idea here. Speaking about Bloom token, so it's not listed yet, it's not traded yet. There are some exchanges that launched pre-market, but you should understand that pre-market trading is, I would say, it can be pretty far away from real token trading, right? So Bloom token, it will be launched at the TG event, as I mentioned, after we launch our exchange. So that's the key thing. Points, I think in any way they will continue to to exist even after like TG, right? In order to reward some specific activities, within our mini app and within our ecosystem.
Thank you.
Of course, like after exchange launched, after TG, the format can be changed, right? Maybe community will also have their own ideas about it, and so we always open to the feedback and happy to hear your ideas.
Always open for suggestions. And about pre-market trading, so some people outside cryptospace are saying that like trading crypto is like trading air. Trading pre-markets, I don't know how to even describe this. Okay, cool. Vladimir, jumping to you about airdrop criteria. So from Hunter Riyadh, could you share some clear airdrop criteria like other projects do? I don't know what to focus on in season 2 to maximize my potential allocation.
Again, one question is better than the other one. So in terms of the criteria, I think if we take a look, and Hunter from Riyadh is asking and relying on other projects, I think those other projects were definitely releasing the criteria just before the TGE, right? Because as I said earlier, there are a lot of factors, not only Bloom points and meme points, but proof of activity, completeness of tasks, inviting friends, playing games, number of strikes inside the mini app, right? Everything is important, and the weightage of everything should be released just before the TGE, because that's both interesting for the project and for the users as well, I believe, right? But for this particular time of the year, I mean, from January till mid of the year, of course, this season is focused on trading, right? Both on MemePad, on trading bot with non-meme coins, and the new instruments which will be introduced in Bloom. So, but of course, Bloom points are also going to be there for some period of time, for completing tasks, for again playing games, etc., etc. So there's no exact criteria right now, and I think exact criteria for the airdrop and allocations should be released just before the TGE.
Makes sense. Thank you very much. Jumping to the next one for you, Gleb, this time from user named Marik N29. It's been a very frequently repetitive asked question by a lot of users. I've seen the whole list of questions. So the question is, Season 1 lasted for more than 200 days. It was never said that there would be seasons in the first place. As a user, I didn't get anything for my contributions so far, and you started Season 2. What's the deal?
Yeah, so I think a lot of users asked about that, right? And yeah, so it's important. Like I think we definitely needed some clear communication about like Season 1 and Season 2. But the idea is that within like Season 2 you can continue to get Bloom points, right? So you just get additional you can get additional meme points, right? And we thought that it would be important to reward users also for trading. And I explained why we decided to reward it not with just Bloom points, but with this new type of points, right? So in the end, like both participants of 2 seasons, they will be rewarded. So yeah, that's the whole idea. So like I think a lot of users they felt like we don't really care about like season 1, and we don't want to reward like users who participate in it, but that's not true, right? So we will definitely like recognize and reward our like early supporters.
And I think it was also you during one of our previous live streams who hinted that there may be some seasonality happening. It was probably August or July. I got some flashback.
Yeah, exactly. I think we mentioned it a couple of times that we might launch this like Season 2. I think like the key thing about season 2 is we just wanted to like switch attention a bit from just farming points from tapping to this new kind of activities. So that's the major idea. It's not about saying that like Season 1 is not important, that like users won't be rewarded or something like that, right? Just like it's more about focus, and it's more about, I would say, the stage the stage of our project, right? And I mean, at what stage we are, right? So yeah, we started from this game, like tap turn gaming, right? But we were continuing to we continued to build, we continued to grow, and that's why we wanted some kind of show that it's some kind of new stage in our development.
Marikan, I hope this answers your question. If I would be you, that would answer my question. Okay, jumping to another one for you, Vladimir, this time from Alex Lickman. Meme coins trading is for pros, that's for sure. Bloom users are rookies, Alex assumes. What are you doing to ensure newbies and beginners are safe from scams and rot?
Yeah, I think it comes into two big parts, right? First is the prevention, right? If so, on this regards, we're doing a lot of educational activity, both inside the MemePad channel in Telegram and Bloom Academy, which we have on YouTube with more than 8 million followers, right? So we are explaining users, we are giving the disclaimers and everything, right? This is the first part. The second part, technical one, is that we introduced, I think, very sophisticated, and it's not the final version is going to be developed even further, but the page for tokens on the MemePad, right? So now every user can see which percent of the token allocation belongs to the 5 top users, right? So if the percent is high, it means that most probably the meme coin is mostly controlled by the creator, and there's a high chance for this token, exact one, to be rug pull. However, some tokens are doing this on purpose. If it's done through the project or the KOL or someone else who you believe, they might say that this allocation will go into different funds, like for example for text listings, for marketing, and for everything, right? So those 2 basic things, so education, preventional and disclaimers, preventional messages and disclaimers, are always there in the MemePad itself and in the MemePad channel. And the second one is the technical thing, which users can see. However, again, as I said, this is this decentralized product, right? So every user using the smart contract, using the Bloom MemePad, can create a token. They can name it whatever they want to. They can put the BTC or ETH or TON, right? Whatever names into there. They can pick any picture or any image, right, generated through DALL-E or whatever, and start to be pretending someone. This is all the times we're repeating and reminding users that they should think of it and they should keep it in mind, right? Yeah, and of course there are like bad actors who just use newbiness of the users and who just trying to dump the tokens and have the exit liquidity in the face of the users, right? So that's what we're doing to prevent this.
I think there is also one more layer, knowledge sharing. So we also have Bloom Academy, which has a lot of videos, a library of videos, which are covering a lot of different aspects when it comes to trading meme coins, rug pulls, and other stuff. There are like 3 layers. You mentioned just 2. I'm just adding one more. Okay. Gleb, for you, another question about long-standing users from Cameron Navas. Do you plan any extra benefits for early joiners and believers, like people who sign up for our early email list, people from like April, May, June, before Bloom opened for everyone?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the suggestion. So of course, yeah, we're considering some additional, I would say, perks for early supporters and whitelist members, right? So yeah, for us it's important to recognize those who who believed in us from the beginning. So yeah, we're exploring different ideas.
Gotcha. Thank you very much, Cameron, for your suggestion. Vladimir, next one is for you from Ali Abbas. About bots and farmers. So will you ban bots and farmers from season 1 and season 2? Ali Abbas have seen people creating hundreds of accounts to farm Bloom points, myself included. I also experienced it on TikTok. People are sharing this openly. Why? It's devastating for me as a user. Will we ban bots and farmers?
Yeah, we actually mark majority of them and we track majority of them. Our dev team recommended me not to share the exact methods how we do this, but there's like variety of methods, right? Using different functionality of Bloom, tracking, etc. So there have been some amounts of those bot farms, multi-accounts, and everything who has been already marked, right? And some of them are joining, some of them are quitting. So we marked all of them, and I don't think it's going to be valuable for anyone, not for the project, not for the users themselves, to reward those bot farm creators, right? Because they have no value bringing to the project, because the project will earn commissions from trading different types on the exchange, on the meme pad, and etc., right? And users who were the early contributors, who were farming points for trading and for non-trading, like for the top to earn phase, they should be rewarded, right? Not the bots and not the users who were trying to fool everyone around.
Exactly, we keep track of every single activity. 5 final question, guys. I wasted 5 minutes of your time at the very beginning. I hope we can use extra remaining time. You probably have a lot of other calls you need to attend, but if we can extend your time by 5 to 10 minutes, that will be highly appreciated.
I don't know about Gleb.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's go. Gleb, why meme-pad tokens always have 1 billion token supply? Who adds liquidity for trading? Gleb, can you hear us once again? Should I repeat the question?
So this is how it's working, right? You can issue meme coins, right? There is some specific supply. So you put, you can buy supply when you creating it, right, for some specific amount, and then others, they can buy it, and there will be, there is some kind of bonding curve. Is how you buy those tokens, right? I mean, like, I would say on the backend side, right? So then after reaching some specific level, the pool is created on StoneFi, and you can continue to trade it, within our mini app or just like directly on DEX.
This is all happening automatically without any, I don't know, Bloom staff sitting and doing these things manually.
Sorry, without what?
Without any Bloom staff member, without any Bloom team member, doing this manually. It's all automatic through a smart contract.
Yeah, it's pretty automated process.
Gotcha. Hope it answers your question, Amiram. Next one for you, Vladimir. What is Bloom Trading Bot, and do I need to use it in season 2? Will there be extra instructions? Because I feel lost. There is very little information. This one is from APS. I'm sorry, I'm not going to pronounce.
Perhaps, right? Probably.
Yeah.
So yes, in terms of the trading bot brings. Well, that's actually not the thing we invented, right? This is thing which have been on the market for some Solana trading, and we thought that Ton misses this kind of instruments. There are even a couple of Ton-based ones as well. So what bot is helping with is for you to get a token in a quickly manner. If you have the contract address, you can input into the bot and you can buy and sell, right? As well, bot has the wallets which you can top up, which you can do through the Ton Connect as well, where you can and the funds you can use for trading. But besides this basic buy and sell functions, bot also lets you snipe tokens, lets you do the copy trading, where you can, for example, follow Carol's wallet or Gleb's wallet, I don't know, and see what meme coins they're buying and selling and doing the same, right? If you think someone, across your neighborhood is a whale in Ton meme coins or in Ton ecosystem, for example, or in Solana ecosystem, so you will be able to copy trade them. So this is the basic information about it. Regarding the info for the trading bot, it actually is available inside the Bloom trading bot, so you can find the instructions there, and we have the plan to have the more guides and guidelines how to use the trading bot inside our socials, inside our content channels such as YouTube, Telegram, Instagram, etc., right? So there will be more instructions, and the basic ones are available through the Bloom trading bot itself.
The bot is not yet available to everyone. We are just rolling it out gradually to ensure stability and performance.
Yeah,
Cool.
but it's been rolling out to more and more users every day. So those users who are on the wait list, they will be actually added, and we have quite a lot already, and the volumes are also growing, not only on the meme pad but inside the trading bot.
Gotcha. Thank you very much, Gleb. Next one for you. Ahmed is asking, why did you change roadmap? As a user, I wanted to see the exchange go live first, not the meme pads.
Yeah, that's that's a valid question. So it was some kind of our like strategic decision, based on like on the current market, the opportunities, and like broader vision of that of our ecosystem. So actually like so Memepad, it was one of this actually was our first like trading product, and for us it was also an important test for our team and our startup that we can deliver trading products. And actually Memepad laid strong foundation for the exchange. So we think that we think that it was like an important part of of our final goal, our final goal to bring trade infrastructure to users within Telegram.
And once again, roadmap is just indicative thing. It's just planned, but plans change.
Yeah, I mean, like market is changing. So for example, we didn't plan to add AI agents, initially to the Memepad, but right now we see that this product is in demand, and that's when users are asking for it. So we want to add it. So I mean, like we have the general vision that again we want to bring like trade infrastructure to Telegram users, right? And from our perspective, this like trade infrastructure consists of like three major pillars, right? The first one like Memepad, the second one trading bot, and the third exchange, right? So this is how we see our whole ecosystem.
Thank you very much. Jumping to the next question from Ayoba Great, Vladimir. Do I need to invest or spend any money on Bloom to receive airdrop?
Yeah, I think we've faced those questions. So there's no obligatory request from anyone, right? And we cannot request to users what they need to do or not, right? But there are different types of users and different opportunities of users who exist in the Bloom ecosystem, right? Some users do not have, they do not want to risk the meme coins, or they do not want to trade crypto. But however, when users receive the airdrop, they will need to trade it a little bit, right? Most probably. And there are actually users who launch tokens, buy and sell them, they use a trading bot, etc., right? So different users require different products inside Bloom. And of course, most of the users did participate in the season 1. So all those users deserve a portion of the airdrop, right? But those users who will continue to be active within season 2, they will be also, of course, rewarded, right? This is very easy and understandable tactics. Of course, there's no obligatory, push from our side to trade tokens and launch tokens users don't want to do. But if they do, there will be additional reward. That's it.
That's clear. Thank you very much. 2 last questions, gentlemen. One is from Jolly for you, Gleb, about Bloom token. Do you plan staking, governance voting, or yield farming for our token?
Yeah, Gleb, I think this one is for you.
Gleb, hello?
Sorry, I cannot hear you.
Okay, let me repeat. From Jolly, we got a question from Jolly for you, Gleb. Do you plan staking, governance voting, or yield farming for Bloom token?
Nope.
Okay,
Still no.
Let me text you on Telegram. 1 second.
Okay, so yeah, of course we want to add additional functionality to our token. So we're discussing like staking and other things, right? So yeah, this is what of course we consider. But major focus right now is to launch exchange. So yeah, that's our like key priority. And then issue token. After that, I think we can add additional functionality to it.
Gotcha. That's very clear. Thank you very much. And we've got our final question for today from user called Rupter Matsefio for you, Vladimir, about perks and levels. So does perks and levels from the roadmap intend to reward loyal Bloom users? And what is the plan for this to feature?
So for the levels and for the perks, what it's going to be, right? So since we don't have the overall rating of the users, some users were more active, some were medium active, some of them were not as active as the others. So we want to introduce level systems, so users will be able to understand in which cohort they exist and what they actually are doing in the app and where they're more active or not. And being in a more higher level means there are going to be more rewards for those users, and it will be easier for us to also to spot the users who should be getting more rewards from Bloom itself, right? So this is very easy, and we've seen it through the gaming project, through Telegram mini apps. It's going to be a very easy system to implement, but again, not the very focused one because the focus is on the exchange, but we are planning to introduce this level system as well.
Gotcha. Thank you very much, gentlemen. It was very nice having you today with us. And thank you very much for answering all of the community questions. As I mentioned at the very beginning, we've got 15 questions handpicked, and they will be, authors of those questions will be receiving their rewards for their questions getting picked within a couple of days. We've got your Tone wallets, thanks to you submitting the form. So just please bear with us. We will be distributing the rewards shortly. Also, for those of you who joined us very late, this live stream was recorded. So we will be publishing the summary and as well as the recording of this live stream, so you will be able to have a deep dive into everything that's been said. That will be all for the agenda. Gleb, Vladimir, do you have any final remarks to share with our community?
Gleb, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks everyone, for the feedback. Yeah, I think definitely within, season 2, there are a couple of things that we needed to, to make more clear and, more, I would say, more detailed communication from our side. But, we continue to build, and we definitely will make some improvements on communication side.
100%. And I wanted to say that, we're in the, not middle, but we are in the holiday seasons now. There have been Christmas already. In 2 days, we're going to, pass towards the new year, 2025. There's going to be Orthodox Christmas. There's going to be Chinese New Year, etc. So I just wanted to wish everyone really happiness, success, and ability to touch the grass or the snow, depending on where you guys are right now, and just say like big thanks for the support you guys have been giving us, and also for some suggestions, for some criticism as well, which we take into consideration. And one of the examples was, for example, the bombs were not seen well, and we did color them into different color. Those things are important for us to make the product better. And I'm sure that everything is going to be very good in 2025. I wish everyone to have, good mood, good health, and a bit of time spent in the mini apps, and the rest of the time spent with their loved ones, families, dogs, cats, whatever. So just wishing all the best to our community. And thanks, Carol, for hosting this.
Yeah. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you very much, our community. Let's touch, let's stay in the community. Make sure to follow us on social media, and let's bloom.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.